Hello, and welcome to the Tea Party Hardy channel. We're going to do some side-by-sides, show you what the world's really like out there, and to show you that politics only goes one way, as if you didn't know that. Here's some enormous mountain of evidence. NBA fires photographer over Kamala Harris meme. So let's see what he did. The NBA fired longtime photographer after he posted a meme of Senator Kamala Harris, Democrat, California, following the announcement of her candidacy for vice president, alongside presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden. The now fired Houston-based photographer Bill Baptiste worked for the Houston Rockets for more than 30 years, reported the USA Today. The meme read, "Joe and the garden tool." And for that, he got fired. Now, you remember all those things that were said about Sarah Palin, Sarah Palin's children, Sarah Palin's dressing habits, Sarah Palin's husband, Sarah Palin's everything. And do you remember how many people were fired for attacking her viciously, relentlessly, and still do? That's correct. The answer would be 0. But this Houston guy, nope. Bam, gone. Why? Why is he gone? For saying what he wanted to say. And all of the people who, with no heart and with full malice, tore in to Sarah Palin. Why were 0 of them fired? That's not justice by any stretch of the imagination. Wouldn't it be nice if we had a country that went after actual justice and treated people the same, and that Lady Justice really was blind and said, I don't care who you said it about, you can't say those things or the other. I don't care who you said it about. That's the way the cookie crumbles in a country with free speech. One or the other. At least be consistent. That's what a fair and just country does. It's consistent. And there's no consistency at all. Joe and the garden tool, and he's gone. All of you who are listening to this can think of at least dozens of examples of Sarah Palin attacks. And all of them can easily, most likely, dwarf what was said here. And let's not forget how Kamala Harris got her start. She was the mistress / concubine to Willie Brown in San Francisco, who was married at the time. That's garden tool behavior. When you act as a mistress and a concubine to somebody who's married, especially to gain political power. That's garden tool. That's totally garden tool. If it's not, then garden tool has no definition. And it does. It's to help add the water to the vegetables. Okay, so anyways, check this out. WNBA Hall of Fame recipient and gold medalist Sheryl Swoopes. Did you know there was a Hall of Fame for WNBA? Can you imagine how many people must visit it? Think about how many people visit the WNBA with paid tickets. And now extrapolate how many of those would be interested in going into a Hall of Fame for... Oh, boy, that's a lonely job. Not worried a lick about getting the cootie at that place. She called out Baptiste on the disrespectful Facebook post and added Wednesday saying, he needs to go. Cancel culture, cancel culture. Is there anywhere on the record showing anybody from WNBA, particularly Sheryl Swoopes, who swoops in to get him canceled, defending Sarah Palin? I'm trying to do apples to apples here, people. Vice presidential candidate to vice presidential candidate. So this guy works for the NBA, covers the Houston Rockets, has been around for a while, even worked at the Houston Comets. It's amazing how people will smile in your face, but eventually their true colors will show at NBA. Houston Rockets needs to go. So disrespectful. Bill Baptiste, shame on you. Where was the shame? Where is the shame for the attackers of Sarah Palin? She never mentions it. Why? Why is it only about this guy? Who could arguably substantiate his point? Kamala Harris was the mistress / concubine to Willie Brown, who was married at the time. There's your evidence. Okay, now, while she's screaming for him to get removed from planet Earth, President Donald Trump's brother died yesterday. And, of course, the hashtag came out. WrongTrump! Trends on Twitter. The hashtag was shared by those who claimed the president should have been the one who died. Calling somebody a garden tool who acted like a garden tool is pretty bad. But when somebody's brother dies, your first reaction is to get on Twitter and say, oh, I wish it was you instead. I'm sorry, not a single one of these people that Twittered it is being confronted with Miss Swopes from the NBA. Oh, sorry, WNBA. And being told they need to go. Why is garden tool a firing offense? But wishing somebody dead in a moment of enormous emotional pain, no, that's completely fine. I've got a blue check mark to go by my name even. Following the death of President Trump's brother, Robert Trump, critics of the president have been tweeting the hashtag @WrongTrump, as if to say that he should have been the one to die instead. As of Sunday morning, the hashtag was the second highest trending on Twitter, with more than 77,600 tweets, including a journalist and the NAACP leader. Where's their shame? Where's people saying they need to go? Where? Dear Grim Reaper, you took the @WrongTrump, tweeted Bishop. See, now Baptiste got fired, but Bishop, Talbert, Swan, Bishop did not. And the thing of it is, I don't think that's his name. I think that really is his title, because he is a pastor. This is a man of God saying, Dear Grim Reaper, you took the wrong Trump. This guy pretends to be speaking in the name of Jesus Christ. I don't think so. Where's his shame? Where's everybody in his flock going, whoa, you need to go. This is not acting in the manner that Jesus laid out. And think about it. He did it on a Saturday night, and now it's Sunday morning, and if he truly is a pastor, and he truly is a bishop, then he's supposed to be dealing with his congregants. And his congregants should be looking at him going, we want nothing to do with you. All Judas did was say, hey, if you're looking for him, he's over there. Oh, well, here's 32 pieces of silver. No, I'm good. I don't need the money. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just trying to calm things down. Okay. And there's this other guy goes, oh, I would never deny you. I would never deny you. I would die first. Dude, you're going to deny 3 times before the cock crows in the morning. And he did. And this guy's like, oh, well, Grim Reaper. Just trying to put it in context of how evil this is. But don't feel bad. He also works for the NAACP. And we all know what NAACP stands for. And you can't say those last 2 letters anymore. No, you have to say PC now. To be PC, you have to say POC. Verbal gymnastics of the left. What did he promise the devil for the grim... Remember, this is a different fellow. What did he promise the devil for the Grim Reaper to take? The @WrongTrump, tweeted journalist David Levitt. Where are the outcries? Saying, shame, you need to go and actually get fired, like the Houston Rockets guy did. Naya Presley calls for unrest in the streets over Trump-allied politicians ignoring Americans' concerns. Really? Are they ignoring them? I thought we had a democratic republic in the United States of America, and we vote on these things, and that's how we take care of our concerns. This is as much about public outcry, organizing and mobilizing, and applying pressure. Presley said, no relation to Elvis Presley, by the way. Okay, so she's inciting a riot. She's inciting a riot. That's against the law. And she's a congresswoman, and they're doing nothing about it. Why isn't she dragged off of the House floor and told, sorry, you broke the law, lady, you're inciting a riot? And you're not even hiding that you're inciting a riot. There should be unrest in the streets over President Trump on his political allies turning a deaf ear to Americans' concerns. Really? Unemployed people got $600 bonus checks for months. Most adult Americans got almost every day, and he did do them for every day for a long time until they started making stuff up and saying, "Did you say to inject lethal? Did you say to inject bleach?" No, he didn't. Political let's see, Americans, including those about dismantling of the U.S. Postal Service. He's not dismantling the Postal Service as much as he's not turning a deaf ear, which amounts to voter suppression. U.S. Representative Naya Presley, Democrat of Massachusetts, of course. She's the bald-headed black woman, I believe, if I can trust this picture over here. If that's her. Whew. You go, Massachusetts. Okay. Yeah. So, voter suppression. Well, what about California, where they're closing down voting booths on Election Day? That's a pretty strong example of voter suppression. That when you go to the booth, there's no booth. Conservatives on Twitter quickly condemned Presley's remark as unhinged, horrible, and disgusting. How about illegal? Come on, conservatives, wakey wakey. How about illegal? She's inciting a riot. This is as much about a public outcry, organizing and mobilizing and applying pressure, Presley said, after mentioning steps Democrat lawmakers can take so that the GOP-led Senate and these governors that continue to carry water for the administration, following the law, putting American people in harm's way, turning a deaf ear to the need of our families and our communities. Hold them accountable. How about holding you accountable for breaking the law and inciting a riot? And putting people in harm's way. I'm sorry, but wasn't it the Portland rioters that have injured all of those police and federal officials? And wasn't it Chaz/Chop who killed that young man and had several shootings? It was the most dangerous country in the world for the 15 minutes of fame that it existed. So, she's begging for everybody to riot, and our buddy Tim Pool. Proud Boys are back. Antifa starts fights with the right-wing protesters and lose. Riots erupt across the U.S. So I was looking at all the places that had shootings last night across the country, and it's not small. So Miss Presley, no relation to Elvis. Let's see if I can show her face again, assuming that's her face. Isn't she lovely? I wonder if she uses the same barber as... can't remember his name, sorry. I'm trying to think of the Phoenix Sun basketball player. Maybe you know who I'm talking about. Okay, so, there you go. We live in a world where if you insult the vice presidential candidate of the Democrat Party, oh, you get fired, and shame on you, and you must go. And we live in a country that on the exact same day, the president's brother dies. And thousands upon hundreds of thousands of people say, at the wrong Trump died. And there's no shame for them, apparently. And there's no firing for them, most definitely. Just like there wasn't for all the people that attacked Sarah Palin. And in the same country, you can have a sitting congresswoman from Massachusetts call out for unrest in the streets. Apparently it worked. It's happening here right now. And breaking the law and inciting a riot. And boy, is she successful, because did they listen to her? According to Timmy Pool, they did. Riots all over the country. Why doesn't she have shame? Why isn't she stripped of her position? Why isn't she fired? Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the future.